Hello, my friend. Sometimes my curiosity gets the best of me, and that's why today's video is a review of the Visualex Indy Throttle EF to FX lens adapter thing. It's hardly a review. It's probably mostly just a warning or a heads up about this device because no one else has reviewed it, I don't think, on the internet, not on B&H anyway, and my curiosity was overwhelming for me. So I decided to make a fun video today kind of talking about it. So the adapter is currently mounted to the Fuji X-T4 because it claims to have compatibility with the X-T4 on the website, but the website doesn't look like it's the most current thing out there, which is one of my concerns, but other concerns are vast. There are so many of them. I'm sort of not putting it in its best scenario here, but the adapter is less than stellar. So I feel like regardless of the situation I put it in, the results would show the same. So if you haven't seen any other throttle mount adapters before, it's essentially just a lens adapter, this one for Canon to Fuji, but it has a built-in variable ND inside of it. Here's a quick sample. I'll go ahead and change the throttle right now while recording. So it should be getting darker, and then it should be getting brighter. So there you have it. That's what an ND throttle is meant to do. Some of them are smart, meaning they have electronic connections, and other ones aren't. I've seen lots of these on the market before, but this one being for Canon and Fuji caught my eye, and being a throttle mount with electronic adapter in there caught my eye as well, because I thought, could it have autofocus? Could the autofocus be usable? And in most of my testing so far, it's a big no. I don't know if this A-roll right now is in focus or how in focus it is, but it's not usable for continuous autofocus, and the electronics in there definitely have me concerned, just like on the Viltrox video that I made a long time ago. Why is it that I think this one is definitely not worth your money? It actually is because of the electronics. If this wasn't electronic, I would say the value of the glass, literally as I was talking, it just cut out because the adapter must have wiggled a little bit and it didn't want me to keep recording. So that's the concern with electronic adapters, is that when they're not very good, they can have other unintended consequences, and those consequences are things like random blackouts or, quite frankly, scarier things that I really don't want to happen to my camera. So that's the big reason why this thing is not staying with me. I am going to be returning it, is because I just can't trust the electronics in it. As cool as the idea of having a throttle adapter is, and this one is relatively clean, I will say. I think that the image that I've gotten out of this has actually been okay. I did some ND testing, some actual like white background testing, and there was no real color shift, there was no real bad vignette, but there's so many quirks with this thing. This is part of the thing when you're buying third-party products, is that it's a 2 to 8 stop ND adapter, I believe, and yet the markings on it definitely have 9, there are 9 markings, and they mean nothing, because from 8 to 9 is like infinity ND power. I don't even know how it's doing that. It's applying so much ND once you get up into the max strength. But then before that, the first 4 tick marks on the adapter do absolutely nothing. So I have no idea what pattern it's following there for how these power markings work, or if they just don't mean anything at all. Trusting the manufacturer is one of the biggest quirks that I have, because the website has absolutely no support available. You cannot download the PDF for anything because there are no instructions. And one of the things that I thought was interesting was that this has a function button. There's a function button on the adapter, and I was kind of interested in knowing what I could use that for, but there are absolutely no instructions available on the internet nor in the box. Even though the box that it comes in is kind of fancy. It comes in this nice wood box with this interesting kind of pattern on the lens cover. So there's some really funny parts about this thing, but all in all, I don't trust the manufacturer. It has some really weird functionality things that happen because of the electronics. The glass is actually okay, but then, man, there's just, when you buy these random third-party devices, sometimes, you know, they pay off and you get a great deal, but other times not so much. All right, so at nearly $400, I do think that it's fair to give this thing a very bad review. However, if you are only using it for its intended purposes, and to be fair, the website tells you that you need to use it with true EF glass, not EFS glass. And if you're using it with a body that works with it, the Fuji X-T4, which I am right now, and if you only are using it for non-continuous autofocus and you just want ND, I actually think that it could be a decent solution. Yeah, the ND is clean, even though the stop markings mean absolutely nothing, so you're kind of just random guessing, it's still pretty clean ND and it's behind the glass. So if I'm giving it its fair opportunity, then that's the truth. But I would never spend the money on this. I would just tell you to go get the Fringer EF to FX Pro 2 adapter. That'll adapt any Canon lenses that you need. It does it beautifully. I've never had problems with the electronic connection. I've been using this for 3 years or more now, and it is the perfect adapter for me. Then just get yourself a good set of variable NDs, or even drop in front NDs, something like that. But I cannot recommend this adapter, but I can absolutely recommend this one. So yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up this video. I hope that it's at least fun or funny for you. Go check out the website for this thing. Yeah, you'll get a laugh out of it maybe the same way I did. But that's it. This very random review is now over, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks so much for watching. Peace. To the clearing, to breathe.